Holding your breath is really hard because you need oxygen for every cell in your body to make energy. Oxygen is used in a process called cellular respiration. Hi, Koby here for Science Sapien, and today we're talking about the evolutionary history of cellular energetics. You fill up your car with gas to power it. You plug your phone into the wall. But what powers you? You eat food, which is then broken down by a process called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration takes food, primarily glucose, breaks it down into a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. ATP can be used by the cell to power it. Plant cells use a similar method. They also use cellular respiration. But instead of ingesting their food, eating it, they make their own sugar from sun energy. These are incredibly complex processes. How did they evolve to be? The Earth is really old, about 4.5 billion years old, but the first life didn't evolve until about 3.8 billion years ago. This is because early Earth was too hot to support life. It was molten lava and it was bombarded from space with meteorites. When it finally cooled and the first oceans formed, bacteria evolved in the Archean eon. These early bacteria used a form of photosynthesis that used hydrogen sulfide to make sugar. In the process, they released sulfur. Today's bacteria and photosynthesis work differently. They take CO2, convert that into sugar, and release oxygen. The first cyanobacteria started doing this about 2.9 billion years ago. And then 2.4 billion years ago, aerobic respiration, cellular respiration, took place. The cyanobacteria released a lot of oxygen into the atmosphere, making an oxygen-rich environment, similar to the one we know today. This explosion of oxygen killed a lot of the anaerobic or non-oxygen-based bacteria, leading to the modern world we know. There's a lot of new research into the evolutionary history of cellular respiration and photosynthesis. Scientists at the Riken SB Ring 8 Center in Harima, Japan have been studying a protein called quinol-dependent nitric oxide reductase. This protein functions in the earliest form of cellular respiration and produces nitric oxide, a greenhouse gas 310 times more potent than CO2. Scientists have found that this protein has a proton transfer pathway, similar to a proton pump, a vital process in the cellular respiration. Scientists have also found that QNOR is similar to cytochrome oxidase that functions in bacteria and mitochondria in the electron transport chain. These proteins are genetically and structurally similar, showing an evolutionary history. This is very important to understanding the foundation of cellular respiration and where it came from. Evolution works on existing structures only, meaning if humans were to evolve wings, they'd have to lose the function of their arms. Wings couldn't just sprout out of their back. So how do we explain mitochondria and chloroplasts? Scientists believe that larger cells on early Earth ingested cyanobacteria and aerobic bacteria, and these became chloroplasts and mitochondria respectively. Over thousands of years of coevolution, they became dependent and became organelles. Scientists believe this to be true because of strong genetic evidence. The DNA of mitochondria and chloroplasts closely resembles that of its bacterial precursors. This theory is called the endosymbiotic theory. What questions do you have about the evolution of cellular respiration and photosynthesis? Let us know in the comments below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe. And as always, keep questioning.